Hopefully, you know, this is just a taste. Maze the bobblehead just hit that follow button.
Oh man, yep.
Appreciate the support. Oh my goodness. Unreal, unreal. You guys are awesome there in the chat. Make sure you're following the stream. We got Landon and Maze's Realm doing the casting for you guys. Wow. But yeah,
I got my bobble on, man.
It's heading in that 4-0 direction, guys, and our 314th show match looking like it's going in that direction. But tune in Wednesday night as well. We got STDX, another team heading down to MES this weekend, going up against Psycray Esports.
Wow. That is a very unique name, actually.
I
don't know how to pronounce it, but
I said it wrong, but I don't know. Their team's heading down to MES this weekend. And then obviously the weekend is this starts what? This Friday, Mark, down there casting. Challenger Cup next weekend on Friday, and then the Razor show match on the 26th. So make sure you guys are heading over to the website, pa-gaming.net. But right now, Truce coming in here, shutting things out. Joseph looks like he got unbanned in the chat. We're having a good time. Mark's bobbing his head. I mean, and I just want to point out, Yump has a fantastic skin on that ASM1, by the way.
That's beautiful.
He really does. It's definitely one of the more unique things that you can do on Advanced Warfare. They have some skins that will give you seizures if you are sensitive to bright colors flashing before your eyes. But let's stay on board with Yump, as John called him out with a beautiful camo there. And an interesting attempt on a rotation there. 3 go down so far as no one pushed towels. And this is still a little bit of a stalemate. You're going to be able to see Madness Dust get the first initial points, though.
That was pretty interesting. You know, 3 other players just kind of rushed around, not really sure what the Madness play, but it did work out for them. And luckily, I'm not prone to seizures, but I will be on board with Luam, who does have a pretty interesting skin as well. But going to be an early lead there out of the boys over on Madness. They're definitely going to pull out the next level strats most likely for this game, as they are in the lead 3-0. They're looking pretty good here, and they can definitely test those out as Warrior Rose get a nice God nade there over on Frosty.
Oh yeah, that was a fantastic nade coming in. Luan able to pick up 2 before he gets traded out, but is going to at least stay back on that hill. That was actually his teammate that got cleaned up, but either way, it's going to be interesting to see exactly how this rotation over to Turtle is going to work out. The hard point is going to go in favor of Work and his teammates, as what a beautiful way to pick up some kills with the bow inside the Turtle hard point, and he's going to be able to make it 2. Can he make it 3? He does. What a fantastic way to get control. Warrior able to get some more points, and he is also 10-4 to start. What an incredible start here.
Indeed. Going to be, like you mentioned, about a good amount of lead there for the boys over on True. Warrior Rose with that bout, currently sitting at 11-4. We also saw that 3-piece just a minute ago come out of his teammate Work. Gonna see if he can maybe find his own kills, as well as I would say right now, if you look at the mini-map, a very good hold right now for the boys over on True. Normally, you're gonna see gunfights happening in every single angle, which I'm sure we will see later in the game. But whenever you have a team holding this down very effectively, it is so hard to break, especially in a hill like Turtle. If you watch every entry point, if your team can hold hills effectively, you can ultimately grab so much time, and that's what we just saw there in that hill out of True Gaming, as they are going to have a 57-16 lead, doing great here early on.
Oh man, they are doing fantastic. And yeah, to comment on what you just mentioned on that Turtle hardpoint, the bow will really do a lot of work if you can keep those, gunfights to a nice distance there to be able to put out that much damage at a little bit of a range. So either way, you're going to be able to see that Work is staying alive on this gold lobby hardpoint, and finally does get cleaned up. Yop there to be able to clean up on the trade, and that is going to be another successful break coming in. Warrior, though, stays alive, and this is just a good way to trade inside the hill, and that's why the lead is now up to 51 points in favor of this wonderful True Gaming squad. We'll be able to see continue that as they're going to rotate over to Bar here in about 5 seconds.
Rotations are key. We saw True held a lot of that time in that that Turtle Hill. They are actually rotated very well, as we're going to see that rotation coming in as all 4 players just going to kind of streak over at one time. Going to see how this works out for them. Is Work going to drop Warrior Rose now, trying to get his hand inside of the gunfight as well. Going to be with that ball up top. Going to find one thanks to his teammate. But Luam trying to hold this one down, just trying to stay in the same position. Not able to find anyone. Is Dynasty going to find a nice 2-piece entering inside of the hard point. Stuns flying in, but it's not going to do much. thanks to Dynasty, just trying to stay alive. Picks up a kill there on Frosty, and he's going to turn around, find the second, but no, he will fall. Warrior Rose is there for the trade, so a great job there at True Gaming. And if you want to see how dominant Battle players can really be in this game, take a look over at Warrior Rose whenever he picks up that Battle again, or even Dynasty. The guys have been doing such a phenomenal job with that Battle, and ultimately on a map like Retreat, a lot of long lines of sight, you can definitely do that Battle work, and ultimately give your team the win, from long distances. Even though your teams, might be in the hard point, you can have a submachine gun inside of the hill. You can have, a bunch of ARs watching over him, and that's exactly what True Gaming has done. As we will rotate to the last hill on the first side rotations.
Yeah, and it's about to be a 50-point differential still in favor of True, as it's going to be Warrior that's 22 and 12, 14 and 11 for work as he is inside that hard point. Meanwhile, you're seeing that the slaying has been very effective on the outside of this hard point, and that is why this is known as the Money Hill here on Top Attic. And another fantastic kill coming in from work. He really is just lighting up the scoreboard on these last two hills.
He really has, and we saw him do such a great job in that round 11 on Solar, I believe, and he just clutched it up for his team. He's done very well in this first, the first couple of minutes here of this game number 4 in Hardpoint. But his teammate also, Rose, like I mentioned, the Battle player to watch out for, 24 and 14, doing a great job in his role, as he is currently positive 10, and his teammates are looking to just grab as much time as they possibly can. Almost a 100-point lead, and it looks like we're going to get there. And we're only halfway through the game, Maze. This is not looking good right now for Madness.
It really is not, and the lead has just gotten away from them. They were regrouped quite well. They were trying to get themselves an even game, but somehow they lost a lot of gunfights on that Money Hill, and this is starting to really fall in favor more and more towards this True squad. And Vespinex has to be able to anchor as best as he can here. The spawns need to go in favor of Madness, but Vespinex goes down. Luan does as well, and another successful break comes in from True.
Yeah, they're just holding out just about every single stop. You're going to see Madness guys get a couple seconds here and there, like Dayton right now. He was in the hard point for a couple seconds, but ultimately the True guys just kind of push him out, they flush him out, and they're ultimately getting all the kills that they need, and they've done a phenomenal job at just holding as much time. When the guys of True, or when the guys from True Gaming are in the hill, they can grab 20, 30 seconds at a time. It's very hard to grab any time against them, as we're going to see no points going to anyone in those final couple seconds, as we will be rotating over to the Turtle Hill. But still, you realize, I don't know what it is, but the rotations have just been on key right now for True. But in this hard point, it's a pretty good rotation over on Madness. But still, they've nailed down just about every single key factor in the game of Hardpoint. That's ultimately why they're up right now, as their lead is just growing.
Yeah, it certainly is growing, and it's looking like they're trying to close it out here. It was about an 80-point deficit before it rotated over to that Turtle Hardpoint again, and a nice three-piece comes in for Madness at a time where they needed it most, and they were able to at least break that hill for now. You're going to have 2 players on that hardpoint. Vespinex does push it out, which is exactly what they needed him to do. Luan now has a gunfight that he has to win on top wall, and he can't do it. Another successful break coming in from True. It just seems like it has been the name of the game throughout the 2 hardpoints that we have witnessed here on this best of 7 so far. They've just been able to collectively break as a team, something that, if Madness was able to do it a little bit more, it'd be a closer game.
It really would. Like you mentioned, the tail of the game, especially of this hard point, has just been breaks. How well True Gaming has really broken hills, but they've done really well in that rotation game. They've also been able to break hills so effectively, and that's been due to the plays of Warrior Rose's 33 and 20. His teammate Dynasty is 33 and 20 as well. They've just been doing the work with those battles, and I think ultimately when you have 2 great battle players who are leading in kills at all times, it is one of the hardest things to come back from, especially on a map like Retreat. I can't speak it enough. When you're in long-range maps, it is so important to have a great battle player, and it just so happens that True Gaming happens to have 2 great battle players. So, I guess you could say something definitely in their favor when it comes to maps like these, and that's why they're making it look so easy right now.
Yeah, they certainly are, and I think that Work deserves a lot of credit. I know he has a negative kill-death ratio, but that really speaks volumes, though, when you see how many interactions he's had and how many captures he's able to have gotten as well, as he will get his 19th kill. And now Work wants to go even in the final 2 minutes of this matchup, and he might be able to do that as he is on a kill streak. Finally does get cleaned up now with 20 kills to his name. But overall, Landon, I just love the teamwork coming in from True Gaming, and that's how they are looking to possibly win this show match here with a 4-0 map count. And that's definitely what you want to see from a team going into MES coming this weekend.
Oh, absolutely. This is some major practice for both these squads. Whether you're a Madness fan or if you're even on Madness, you know, while you are losing, the best way to get practice is to play a team that's better than you. That's the only way you're going to get better. You know, while you could say, well, you know, it's just more demoralizing. The only way you're going to get better, like I said, is if you play teams that are better than you. You learn how to, you know, take plays from them. You know, the little things, the little bit of strategies that we have coming into the final months of Advanced Warfare could really pay off, you know, in the future, whether or not you play Black Ops 3 or not. You know, it's going to be very key. A lot of strategy going to come in. And ultimately, while I am happy for True Gaming to win this game, I think, you know, overall, the win kind of does go over to Madness in a sense. The amount of knowledge that they're going to get, the amount of, you know, I guess you could say whenever I played personally, in sports, I always learned a lot more playing from teams that were better than me. And that's the only way you're going to get better. So, you know, while I do think True did a phenomenal job, and I think that they're a better team, this could definitely play at Madness's role down the line.
Yeah, it definitely can, and it's a learning experience for both teams. Winning as well can teach you some lessons of how to respond when you have success. Absolutely. When you are playing through some open brackets or, you know, pool play or something like that in an event. So either way, the reactions can be negative or positive, and hopefully both teams come out with some positive reactions to this show match, as the time has completely dwindled down, and it is going to be the final score, 238 to 147 in favor of True. They finish off the night flawless here tonight.
Indeed, that was, I would say it was close at times. You know, Madness had some really good moments that took it to around 11 in that Game 2 Search and Destroy. It was very close in that first hardpoint, came down to the final end as well, but, you know, a phenomenal job there out of the guys over on True. Some major practice for both of these squads, as 2 40 bombs coming out of Warrior Rose as well as Dynasty, the Bal duo, I guess you could say, out of them. But Vestmanix also trying to get that 40 bomb. Super close, but almost had 80 interactions. That's
fantastic.
That's a great job when you're trying to push hills and stuff.
84 kills between two players again. We've seen a lot of fantastic teamwork for True Gaming. But, of course, if you're Madness, you know, your run doesn't end there. It's good practice, and hopefully they'll get a chance to get some revenge on LAN come this weekend.
Shout out to the guy, whoever predicted the 4-0 True. That was indeed correct.
Mad shout-outs.
We actually have the captain of True come in for a quick interview right now with Maze's Realm. Guys, don't go anywhere. We're going to jump in the call with him, get some questions out of the way. Thank you guys again for tuning in. A quick 4-0 sweep. Even though we started late, True came in here, did some work. Unfortunately, Madness could not hang. Hopefully they get some really good practice in before they ship out to MES this weekend, and maybe do a little bit better than they did here tonight. Maze's Realm, Landon doing the casting for you guys. That's 314, 314 show matches, and everybody's getting hyped for Black Ops 3. That's going to be dropping pretty soon here. The beta's coming out tomorrow. I mean, the game's coming out in a few months, so we're only going to keep going. PS4, ShowMatch. I mean, listen, it's getting nice, so make sure you guys are following the stream. Don't go anywhere. Was that a...
That was just a PS4 control. I was just, you know.
He was repping the PS4. I got one too.
He's ready. He's ready.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready for
I got a sleeve on mine too. You know, I'm ready.
I like that. Got a coat.
It's comfortable. It's comfortable. You got to clothe your controllers, man.
You do.
You know?
Wow.
Stop taking controllers.
I'm actually kind of jealous because I don't have.
Oh, John, you're gonna have a fantastic PS4 very soon too.
Hopefully.
Best producer in the game. It's gonna be exciting to see you back in Black Ops 3, man.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be awesome. We'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. Interview here in just a minute. We'll be right back.